up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com, and welcome back to another one of our previews. Well, let's go to Saratoga Sunday, September 1st, the first day of September. Race 12 on the card. It is the Jockey Club Gold Cup Stakes. Grade 1 event, mile and a quarter, $1 million the purse, field of 7 for 3-year-olds and upward. And let's go through them one by one, and let's go right to the to that polarizing horse. Number 1, Tapatrice, will kick off our preview here. Of course, everybody knows as a 3-year-old was a little bit disappointing. Got 4 wins in a row leading into that Kentucky Derby, then 7th in the Derby, 3rd in the Belmont Stakes, 5th in the Haskell, 3rd in the Travers. Came back last time out in the Monmouth Cup, a grade 3 event, first race in 329 days, so nearly a year. And was impressive. It was very impressive. Won by 5 1/4. Now you got to ask yourself, was he overly impressive and just awesome that day? Was it the class? Like, let's not forget the horse did win the Bluegrass, the Tampa Bay Derby, the Monmouth Cup, probably maybe even weaker than those races. So was it the class that kind of got him there, or has he woke up? Has he matured? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I think we take a big step in finding out in this spot here. It's not an easy spot by any means, but it is a spot where if Tapatrice is kind of the quote unquote real deal, he at least can run second, maybe win. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see what he does. Tapatrice, is he finally the horse we thought he kind of was, or did he just take advantage of class relief? We'll start to find out on Saturday. Number 2 is Kucher. This is a horse that was 5th behind Tapatrice last time out. He was also 5th in the Suburban, 2 races back over the trap behind Krupe. He's not too bad. When running against lesser, he's been okay, but Kucher against tougher horses, not so good. Not one I'm interested in. The number 3 is Bright Future. Speaking of horses I'm not real interested in, this horse somehow was 6-1 in the Whitney last time out, was only beaten 22 1/4. He didn't run very well. I thought his race 2 back in the Monmouth, or in the Salvatore Mile there at Monmouth, wasn't very good either. I know it was off a layoff, but he didn't look great. He is the defending champion of this race. I do think 1.25 miles is his best distance. I just question that he's good enough. I think this is a horse that is just a little cut below the best in this division. If he ran in the Monmouth Cup, let's say, for example, maybe that's kind of his style. I'm not sure he's up for it in this one. I know this is a horse that gets a lot of love. It's just not going to be for me. I just don't think he's got much of a shot in this race. The number 4 is Disarm. This is a horse, look, his absolute best race is good enough, I think, to compete here, but we've just kind of seen him, even at his best, he has trouble winning races like this. You look at the Travers, he was 2nd last year, 4th in the Jim Dandy last year, 4th in the Kentucky Derby. He just lacks one of those big wins. The horse has 3 victories, in his career, and they came in a maiden special weight, a grade 3 Matt win, and then an allowance. His other races, he's just kind of been a board hitter. What's going to change today? He was beaten badly by Arthur's Ride last time out. He really didn't do much running this Stephen Foster. What's going to turn the tables? I think he'll run well. I think this is a very manageable field for him. I think he can hit the board. I don't think he can get up and win it. All right, we'll keep going here with Prior Knees, the 5 horse, a horse that was 2nd in the Stephen Foster last time out. To Kings Barnes, who's now retired. This horse did win the Pimlico Special, defeating Kings Barnes 2 races back. And look, I think this is a horse for Cherie DeVoe, who had won 4 in a row before finishing 2nd last time out in the Stephen Foster. And I think when you look at this, should have a pretty decent stalking trip, should have a little bit of a shot here to get the job done. Is he good enough? That's the question. I'm not quite sure, but the 5 is in with a little bit of a shot, no doubt. Finally, the number 6, and I shouldn't say finally, there's 2 left, but the number 6 is Highland Falls. He was 2nd at 3-5 in the Monmouth Cup last time out. Tapatrice just blew right past him like he was standing still. I think we know who he is. You look at the race 3 races back, Skippy Longstocking just kind of killed him in the Oakland handicap. He went Santa Anita handicap, Newgate, Reincarnate, Subsandador beat him. We know what he is. He's not bad. He can win a race like the grade 3 Blame. I don't see him coming up here and winning this race, but it's a short field. He gets the best jockey right now at the meet, Flavian Pratt. So that could make a little bit of a difference. So number 6, Highland Falls, another one I think is a little bit of a board hitter. Well, I've been talking about, hey, this horse could hit the board. This horse could hit the board. I think this race is long gone and over with. If the number 7, Arthur's Ride, gets the same kind of trip / ride / performance he did the last 2 races. He won at 1.25 miles over this track 2 races back in allowance company and did it by 12 3/4. And then he won the grade 1 Whitney last time out by 2 1/4. When you look at the setup that he is potentially going to get today, as in Saturday, he's gone on the lead. There's nobody going with this horse. Last time out in the Whitney, he ran pretty damn fast and just galloped away from him. I think he's going to get more of a slower trip like he did in that allowance race last time out. And if he does, who of these are going to have the ability, let's just say, to catch him? Maybe Tapit tries. If he's totally woke up, maybe he can go get him. I can promise you 2 through 6 cannot catch Arthur's Ride if he gets the projected trip on paper. Now, we've all seen it. Sometimes the trip that you project is not what happens. So there's that. But he kind of proved last time out he can go pretty fast on the lead and still keep going. I think he's a clear standout in this one. So the number 7, Arthur's Ride, no bones about it. Not going to delay. Arthur's Ride's going to be my pick to win this race. Obviously, I've said all that. Got to pick him to win, right? So number 7, Arthur's Ride. He's going to be on top for me. I think he'll be awfully tough to catch. I do think, look, if Tapit Trice is like the real deal finally, maybe he can kind of come get him. But even if Tapit Trice is some kind of monster, it's going to be hard to run down Arthur's Ride if he's got that kind of trip. And like I said, I just think he's simply better than the other horses and even Tapit Trice as well in this race. If he shows up anything close to what he did those last couple of efforts, it's going to be a pretty long day for the other 6 runners in this one. All right, so I'm going to go number 7, Arthur's Ride on top. All right, guys, thanks everybody for joining or for watching, I should say, the preview. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do previews like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're betting Saratoga on Sunday, September 1st.